Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Rebecca and today I'm here with the last Vlogmas video. Yes, it's technically after Christmas, but that's alright because I do what I say I'm going to do and I'm going to have a 12th video, and this is actually my Christmas prep. Today is actually New Year's Eve. That's why I'm in a little sparkly dress going nowhere. Thought about putting makeup on, but I don't feel like washing it off tonight, so that's what I'm going to do. We're hanging out and I'm just going to share with you what we prepped for Christmas, and I hope you had an amazing Christmas and I hope you enjoyed this video. The first thing that I'm going to make for my Christmas meal prep is a sour cream horseradish sauce. And now this sour cream horseradish sauce honestly is just like a knockoff to the sour horse sauce that I had at Longhorn Steakhouse when I used to work there. And so they serve their prime rib, like most places, with au jus and a horseradish sauce. So I'm just going to use one small container of sour cream. And I typically stay away from dairy, but I think it's going to be okay as long as I don't like eat this whole entire cup of sour cream. So like a little bit for me is fine. I don't know if you noticed that, but like sometimes it's really just the amount that is bothersome. But anyway, then we're going to add a few tablespoons of prepared horseradish. This is not a horseradish sauce, so make sure that you do get just like the plain horseradish and not like the horseradish mayonnaise. Give that a little mix, and then a couple dashes of Worcestershire, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of garlic. And we're going to let this sit in the fridge overnight. Oh, and I almost forgot that we also want some lemon. And this is actually the last of the lemon that I had from the holiday brunch. And I'm just going to make sure I don't get any seeds. This is going to be about a tablespoon of lemon juice. So it's 1/4 of a large lemon. And this is going to be amazing for the prime rib to dip. We're also making potatoes, so I'm sure I'll dip my potatoes in it. And then for leftovers off after Christmas, we are going to have some French dip subs. And I usually will serve that with what am I thinking of? Like a horseradish mayonnaise, so that's typical. But you could put horseradish sour cream. That's what this is with the leftovers. So that's going to be really good. And I'm making this tonight too because you want to let it set overnight. Let all the flavors meld. In the morning, if I feel like I need to add some salt, I will do that. I think it's perfect, nice and tangy. And it's horseradish flavor. I'm going to put that in the fridge. We're making the prime rib rub, so we're going to put a bunch of salt and a bunch of pepper and garlic and onion powder, spicy Montreal, and we're going to use some fresh thyme. I'm going to break apart some of this. I left some of the longer stems on. That's okay. And we're just going to liberally season all over this baby. And the key is do not rub it in. Do not, you can pat it a little bit in, but do not rub it in because that does something to the, I love this song. It's like my alter ego. But anyway, so you do not want to rub it in. It basically makes the meat not be able to breathe. I don't know, Michael Simon talked about it. He knows what he's talking about. So you can kind of move it around and pat it. It's not like you can't touch it, but just don't rub it in. That way you'll have a nice crust on your rib roast. And we're going to set this in the fridge overnight, uncovered. It's kind of like brining it a little bit with the salt. We're going to take it out an hour or two before we are ready to put it in the smoker. And then we're going to smoke it for about 5 or 6 hours, I think. Thank you. And I do just thank my meat. I'm weird about it. But I say thank you. I'm not vegan, obviously. But I respect where my food comes from. And I should do this like all the meat that I eat, but I really only do it with like the big meats. Say thank you so much. Thank you for feeding my family. Sorry for any negativity that you've been through in order to get you here. Alright, we're going to get this put away and on to the dressing. So I just squeezed 1 orange and 2 lemons. And this also calls for lime juice, but I don't have an actual lime, so I'm just going to use a lime vitality essential oil. And now we're going to make a citrus herb vinaigrette with that juice. A couple of tablespoons of white wine vinegar. A teaspoon of Dijon mustard, spicy mustard. You can use any mustard. And add the oil, why not? I basically try to go for like half and half. A lot of recipes call for like 2/3 oil to 1/3 of juice. But I like mine more acidic than oily, so you just use however much you like. This is going to take a second. I'm doing a lunch right now.
It's very cool how the oil is on top of the rest of the stuff. Why is that?
This is not science class. I'm not even going there. We're going to add some sweetness. You could use some sugar. I'm going to use a little bit of honey. We're going to use probably about a tablespoon.
Just make sure you use your local stuff. It's good for your immune system.
I say local, but make sure it's local to you, not local to whatever, you know, state 10 miles or 10 states away it is. Alright, some black pepper. Maybe about 1/4 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Some onion powder and garlic powder. Thanks, babe. And then we're going to go for 1 to 2 drops. 1 to 2 drops of the Lime Vitality Essential Oil. Remember, if you're using essential oils, only use ones that are FDA approved for ingestion. So I use the Young Living line. And that's it. Shake it up. Put it in the fridge. And you do want to take this out maybe 15 minutes before you use it, because the oil does kind of start to solidify. Or just like shake it every so often, but I've seen the best thing to do is just take it out a few minutes before you're going to use it. Let it come to room temp-ish, and you'll be good to go for a salad. Next thing you have to make, oh, the quiche. We gotta get the quiche ready. And is that it?
Yeah.
Haha, just kidding. So all that time I carefully picked off the stems earlier, which I really didn't because I'm finding a lot of stems in it, which doesn't really matter. Needs to go in because this is a citrus herb vinaigrette, and if you don't have the herbs, it doesn't make the vinaigrette. So we're going to use about a tablespoon. You know what? We're going all in. Why not? Thyme is good for you. There's lots of health benefits to it. It's antiviral. And we're in winter now,
yeah,
so.
It's more time. I mean, hell.
Right? Okay, now let's smell. We smelled it and we're like, it smells good. Wait, what's it missing? Okay, so now it is ready. We're going to put this in the fridge. It's going to get better overnight. And again, let it sit out for a few minutes before you go to use it. Quiche, I want to get that all ready to go for when we get back from our walk. We can bake it and be ready for breakfast. We're doing a ham and cheese. Actually, ham, spinach, and cheese. So let's start with our eggs. Do 6 eggs. This is our unicorn whisk. We call this unicorn whisk because we could not find it. It took us like, I don't know how many stores to find it. Actually, Chris and Taylor didn't think it existed, and that's why they call it a unicorn whisk. We're going to add some almond milk, unsweetened, salt, and a bunch of pepper. A little bit of garlic, onion, need an herb. Do oregano. All you need is a little herb in there.
A little bit green. Why the green? So why use green?
Because I want to.
What does it give it?
Flavor. What do you give me? A hard freaking time. I like the classics. So I picked up this pie shell from Whole Foods. I was hoping to find a gluten-free pie crust. I don't have celiac. I just feel better when I don't have gluten. But that's fine. It's not going to hurt me too bad. So we're just going to use this pie crust. And I'm saving time by using some chopped ham. This is Smithfield. And the reason that I love... Oh, I just got ham juice everywhere and Dexter's licking it off my toe. That's great. Yeah. So that happens. Dexter always makes an appearance. But the reason I love Smithfield is because we love going to Virginia, and like wherever we go and explore, we look for, I don't know, the local things, and there's like pancake houses and waffle houses and Virginia ham, and Smithfield is a Virginia ham. And so now anytime we like have the option of a Virginia ham or bacon, we will get it. And actually, I don't even think we need this whole entire package.
I wouldn't.
So I've drained some spinach. This is just frozen spinach. We're gonna put that around here too. Gotta get our veggies in. And I also like put a paper towel on top to really soak up all that liquid.
The greens are good.
I might actually add more ham. We'll see what it looks like at the end. Might layer it. Okay. Or I could just make 2 of them, honestly. We'll see. Now we're going to add the custard mixture. Which custard is just eggs and milk. Might have to just make 2. If this was a deep dish, it would work perfectly, but it's not. What do you think? May I add a little more? Nope, it's gonna overflow. So the last thing we're gonna do is add some cheese. If I had some sliced cheese, or not sliced, but like shredded cheese, I would do that. We just have this sliced pepper jack. Use what you've got. It doesn't have to be shredded. It's just whatever. And we're gonna do 3 slices. Might not even need all 3. We'll see. If I had a deep dish pie crust, it would work out better. So I have some like extra ham and extra egg mixture. And honestly, I could just make a whole other one. But we're going to go with this. It's going to be just fine. So we're starting some broth for our French onion soup in au jus. And I typically do this the night before, but my CrockPot pooped out on us on Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. So I just have a bunch of beef rib bones in here. I even have the juice left over from a brisket that we had made earlier in the year that I just froze. And then all kinds of veggie ends, onions, and celery, and carrots. There's some sweet potatoes in there, zucchini ends. Then I season it with salt, pepper, garlic. Even threw in a little onion powder because Taylor loves onion powder. Yes. A little bit of turmeric, and then we're gonna add a bay leaf.
And whoever gets it is lucky.
That's right. And we're gonna fill it up with water to the fill line, and then let this go for 4 hours. This is not my preferred method to make broth. I like doing a slow broth to really have like a good integrity with the broth and get that collagen and gelatin and make it like really gut healing and good for your whole body. But this is going to be delicious, and it'll still have most of the same benefits. Is that recording? That's recording.
You gotta watch out for your finger in the back. Can I get the track?
Well, of course. The lighting is really good. In my other camera, it's like terrible. I don't think I could actually stand here, but for some reason this is like pretty good.
Actually,
I think it's pretty good, right? I mean, it's pretty good, not shadowy.
Yeah, like from what we can see, it's amazing.
Right now?
No.
It's right, the red dot.
Look for red in the corner.
Okay.
That means that you're recording.
Listen.
We're learning here.
They're teaching me.
A learning process.
Yes. And with a, you know, mom who can't see very well. They help me a lot. Anyway, where are we going with this? Oh yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me share with you what we did on Christmas. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I hope you had a great New Year. And I just want to remind you that a new year means nothing unless you do something different. So not everything is just disappeared now because we're in 2021. It's the same old stuff, but you now have a different attitude. You get to choose how you get to think about things and how you get to act and how you get to react. And it's all up to you. So I really hope that you take this year and you make it what you want it to be. And regardless of what happens outside of you, you do what is best for you deep down inside. And as always, go do something good for yourself because you are number one. See you next time. Bye.